Hello, welcome to another video on the Scouring Early Access. Today's match is going to be 1 versus 1 match in a ranked game on whatever you call it, reforged mode. And it's me, the perfect gamer, against my enemy, Dork. I spawn on the top right part of the map. It's a red orc. Not really used to playing reforged, so best idea I got just to make a barracks with all my workers. So I guess I can get some warriors out in the field to maybe kill some neutrals. Right here, Dork, I guess, begins to mine more instead of having his warrior out a little faster. But it looks like our warrior production is somehow exactly the same, even though I used all my workers to build a barracks. He only used like 4 or 5. Interesting. But here we can see he's doing a forge right away. So it's probably going to be trying to make some berserkers. Of course here, I don't even know where my enemy spawned. So I just took one warrior to go around the map to try and potentially find my enemy. And I didn't really play this map much, maybe once or twice. So that's how you can see my warriors just running around everywhere. Just have no idea where all the neutrals are at. So we have a similar amount of units, but Dork has an extra production building, so potentially he could, I guess, outproduce me. Here he finds a neutral camp. I think right away. First saw he probably played this map a few times. Then I ran over here because it looked like maybe there's a creep camp here on the mini-map. But then I found one here. Because you can somewhat see a few creep camps, these little gray dots. Their little house or whatever. But I guess I don't really pay attention to that exact thing or feature, you could say. It's more of a nuisance, not knowing where all the neutrals are at. Anyways, Dork is already clearing a troll. And I only cleared these goblins. Now I'm gonna be killing these bandits here. But I did send out a scout, run a whole map, so I do find his base first. So he doesn't really know where I am. Could even think that I came from the left, so I might be on the left part of the map. So you can sometimes play mind games with your enemy. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose this warrior. He's pretty much just can't outrun Berserker, which is kind of annoying thing. Over here, I kind of didn't pay attention. Now he tries to attack my warriors. Try to target fire a few units. Let's try maybe a few of them before losing all my warriors here, but I guess in retrospect I could have just ran away and even saved maybe 3 warriors. So I only had 1 berserker here that could actually outrun me. But I guess I decided to lose all my warriors here, because I guess I didn't really think of an escape. I guess. But I did try to send my wares to try and help out, but I guess they arrived super late. I just kept on creeping the map, I guess. But over here you can see, instead of doing a forge, or I guess I did do a forge, but pretty sure I made a base first, so I can get a few more workers. And of course, perfect timing for the goblins to target my base. And of course go around the whole map from this side instead of from here, where I can reinforce a bit easier. And here I was just producing a few berserkers, a few warriors. So I guess berserkers, I think, just do 2 more damage than a warrior. But we have 50 less health, and they run slightly faster than a warrior, so warriors are not going to be able to run away from the berserkers. Especially that the warriors don't have a charge ability, so they're literally super slow. And they'll pretty much never outrun a berserker, because they're going to charge him and then just keep on smacking him around. Now here, yes, I had a lot of extra resources, but might as well get a tier 2. And I got a logging camp, because I was maybe thinking of trying to go for a tier 3. And this building is one of the buildings they need to get the tier 3 town hall. But it doesn't really have any upgrades or benefits for like a warrior style build anyway, so it's pretty much the only reason I built this logging camp. Here my enemy has a tier 2 already and a logging camp, but I'm not really sure why he has a logging camp. He's not really making archers or anything else. You don't really get any extra wood, so there's kind of literally no point if you're not trying to get a tier 3 real fast. Anyways, on this part of the map he was already clearing a lot of neutrals, because I guess he probably knows where those neutrals are at. But I was kind of really confused for half the time. But I did do these little scouts, I guess. What do we call them? 2 scouts here, and they do cost a little more. But I guess sometimes it is worth it to have some information that you can see and understand, instead of being blind and having no scouts. But also, in another retrospect, forgot that the orcs have goblins they can use to scout a bit better, and they're way cheaper than a warrior. But I guess the more you know. Here I already have a second base halfway filled up. Main base mostly full. And I guess I did start to make a few munchers. Here the enemy, I guess, still as clueless of where my base is. But here I do say hello. And I do have way more level 2 units here, so he does decide to run away. But he is still clearing a lot of neutrals on pretty much the whole left part of the map. Just gonna give him, I guess, a bit more XP, but mostly some extra gold. And over here he just runs away. And I was already in the middle while chasing him, so I thought might as well go and try and take this dark tower. But I guess also, in retrospect, ranked is turned on for no script or whatever. So there's extremely limited amount of XP on the map. And so this is a pretty interesting, I guess, idea or thing here, that you can get all the XP by killing these goblins, which can give you a small edge over your enemy, whose army is all level 1 units here, we can see. My army is mostly level 2. And I guess there's a few level 3s around here. But of course I was too busy trying to micro my units here. Didn't notice that all my workers died here to the pseudo attack. So now I try to run these units down. Technically these warriors could have killed these munchers, because level 3 warriors do way more damage to level 1 munchers than the other way around. But he decides to just sacrifice his warriors, similarly to what I did on this outpost not too long ago. I pretty much don't lose any more military units, because I just take them out of a barracks when they're about to die. But I did lose all the workers. But at the same time, my enemy didn't have a second base, so I guess it didn't really give him much of an advantage, because I already was mining for quite some time. So I did get my value, you could say, all this extra gold that I had. So I did get all the munchers. And I even got a tier 3, because it's super cheap, and getting the rage is going to be very useful and effective against pretty much anyone in this reforged mode. And here I just have one warrior with a shield to take this tower, but so little goblins that were hiding on these little guard towers came back and then killed him, so that was a little annoying. But nonetheless, I get to kill more goblins, which gives me a little bit more gold, but mostly a good amount of XP. And over here, I guess I didn't really know what was going on my enemy side of a map, so I did decide to send out a muncher scout, try and see if he expanded here or what he was even doing. But I did notice he had this outpost that I could actually give him some vision. And here I pretty much lose to berserkers for free, because I guess I was too busy making a third base and then controlling these munchers. But I do finally get this dark tower, which I guess could be a little nice to have free scouts, you could say. And these goblins are just not going to be annoying me on my outer bases. And here we can see my enemies making a tier 2 clan home, instead of trying to spam out all the workers to get, I guess, faster economy. And it doesn't look like my enemy is trying to get a tier 3, even though it's pretty cheap, and these munchers could have been more useful if he had some rage. But I guess my enemy decided to just spam out all the units. But we can see here, pretty much all these units here are level 1. But we can see here my army's somewhat leveled, but mostly my warriors and not my munchers. And over here I did this little sneaky thing where I knew he had vision around here, so I tried to go below here, so you wouldn't notice that I had some munchers coming to say hello to this base. And I guess for some reason I thought he would be maybe going around here, so somehow we managed to miss each other's armies here. I was thinking of maybe attack him here, and then outposts. It will distract him, and I could run in my munchers to take care of this base. But now I send in my munchers, and then I get surprised. He's attacking me here. So I try to put up a defense in these workers to use. And here I somewhat easily won against these berserkers. Because my munchers just had rage, so super easy for them to do it. And my army was kind of too far away to go back to my base, so I decided to attack his base. And here you can see, I guess he maybe forgot to get the shoot ability, which could have been useful to fight my workers here, but I guess it didn't work. And here I'm just climbing his buildings. It looks like he pretty much has no more military units left in his base. So this is pretty much dead. In the same time, I killed his whole base. And he was just left with a few warriors here that will die eventually. And so there you have it. Somewhat interesting match where kind of moved past our armies and had this little, I guess, base race style game. But if I actually met his army here in the middle, then the game would have probably went for a bit longer. And here you can see the results. You can see I somehow mined almost twice as much as my enemy. Pretty much because I had my second base super early. Because the map was very big, so I knew that I wouldn't be attacked anytime soon. And I would have some kind of, I guess, chance to defend myself. Here you can see somehow killed and lost similar amount of units. I did make double the units, but it's pretty much, I believe, mostly workers being trained here. And I guess that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos in the Scouring Early Access, then you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.